Exodus 29:44 through 46 says, I will consecrate the tent of meeting and the altar, and I will also consecrate Aaron and his sons to minister as priests to me. I will dwell among the sons of Israel, and I will be their God, and they shall know that I am the Lord their God, who brought them out of the land of Egypt, that I might dwell among them. I am the Lord their God. Well, if you're joining us in reading through this 90-day reading plan, today's reading is Exodus 29, and I encourage you to read that passage. Now, as you're reading this chapter, you're going to get a clear understanding of just how important setting aside someone for ministry really is. It's not a game. It's not something which should be taken lightly, and it is something that should be burned in each person's mind who goes through that ritual. One of the things you may have picked up in your reading was verse 4. And in verse 4, we found that Aaron and his sons needed to be washed with water. The JPS commentary, which is a Jewish commentary, comments that this cleansing was to be a complete immersion. This is one thing that gives us ample evidence of baptism by immersion rather than just by sprinkling. So let's think about the process that we go through when we are washed through baptism. Cyril of Jerusalem, who was born in 313 and died in 386 AD, wrote some letters to those who were about to come into the church. These were men and women who had been catechumens. Catechumens are people who study Christianity. They normally spend about 2 years learning about the faith before they come into the church. Part of coming into the church meant that they would have to be baptized. This baptism was to have several parts, some of which we still do today in Protestant churches. But in the Eastern churches, they still follow pretty much what Cyril wrote. They were there to admit, first, that they had trusted Christ and had a relationship with him. Secondly, they were to be baptized fully nude. This was to signify that they brought nothing to Christ. And then when they were raised from the water, a white robe would be placed over them to signify their new birth. So that which was done to Aaron and his sons is exactly the same as was done to us when we became priests, as we all are if we have a relationship with Christ. We bring nothing to Christ, and we gain our coverage through him as shown through baptism.